Back at you with another video coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of which can be found on Amazon.com. So, I got a question from this guy. He's a long time follower, and he's in college, about to graduate. I think this coming June, and he's always consistently trying to learn new things, trying to always get better. And he said, if I could give him one thing that I consistently work on, say 20 years ago up until now, and he said, what would that be? What's that one thing that women really like? Or he said, just in general, what's that one thing that really grabs people's attention, especially women? And I instantly knew the answer to this question. That mouthpiece. You gotta learn how to talk that talk. You gotta learn how to think on your feet. And when I say you gotta concentrate on your mouthpiece, you gotta learn how to think on your feet spontaneously, sometimes within seconds. You have to be able to adapt, grab people's attention, always have something to say back to somebody. Never get caught off guard. That's probably one of the biggest shifts I made in my life. Like, when it comes to women are very emotional. So, whenever you're engaged into a conversation, you have to be conscious of how you make women feel. If you make women feel emotions towards you in your area, that means a lot to them. This is true. Now, this is true. See, a lot of women will say what they don't like or what they don't want, but in reality, if you make them feel a certain type of way around you, they're going to always want to come back to get that feeling. That's just what it is. So you have to always be conscious of that. And I learned this through kind of through trial and error, really. I learned how to just speak a certain type of way. And when I say speak a certain type of way, I'm not talking about speaking proper English. No, I'm not talking about that. It's not about speaking proper English. It's about speaking it in such a way that you get women, or just people in general, to do certain things. That's why you gotta focus on your mouthpiece. And the best way to start getting better is just to experiment and read a lot. Read books. Readers are leaders. That's really a true statement. If you read a lot, what it does is it expands your mind. It expands your vocabulary. But it's not about speaking. It's not about being the best English speaker in the class. It's not about that. It's about what certain words do, how certain words trigger women or just people in general. That's what it's really about. Because you can say something in such a way to a woman and it triggers something in her mind. It triggers something in her childhood. It triggers something that her ex-boyfriend did. And it could work. Well, you want it to work in your advantage, but it could go the other way too. It could go left. But if it does go left, you have to be consciously aware that you have to bring it back and steer the conversation in the way you want it to go. So I would say focus on your mouthpiece. And I've been everywhere. Some people will say, hey, this stuff, focus on your mouthpiece. Being able to talk that talk doesn't work in Japan, doesn't work in Canada, doesn't work in Australia, doesn't work in South America. That's crap. Everywhere I've been, I'm the same person. I might change my words up a bit in a different language. I might change my words up a bit if I speak English. But I'm still who I am, and the goal is the same. The agenda is the same. I might attack the conversation from a different angle, but I'm still talking good stuff in her ears. Really. One thing I do this automatically when I meet women. One thing I do a lot, if I meet somebody in the beginning, I usually rename them. So I don't call them by their name. If I get to know them, eventually I'll rename them. That's what I usually do. I do this with everybody. Every woman that I ever met over the past 20 years. It's like this one, I think this one woman that I've been known for a long time. I don't call her by her name. Her name is Crystal, but I don't call her Crystal. I call her Cool C. I just come up with stuff that they like. But she likes it though. That's the thing. Or some people like being called by their name. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to rename. I rename them. I give them a name that they like. Like one girl, I call her Sweet Cheeks. You kind of know what Sweet Cheeks is. Use your imagination. So things like that that's kind of a compliment to her, because she likes her body, she likes how her body look. So when I call her Sweet Cheeks, I'm giving her a compliment. And no one ever said that to her before. No one ever. Guys don't really compliment women a lot. Man, everybody say, hey, you look nice today. That's it. That's it. Oh, you have nice shoes. But they don't come up with creative ways to compliment women like I do. It's rare. It's very rare. It's rare. At least the women that I meet anyway. 9 times out of 10, the phrases that I come up with and the words that I come up with to rename them and make them feel good about themselves, I can almost tell it's like they never met anybody like me before. I just can tell by the way they respond. It's like it's their first time. Like the new beginning. So yeah, so this is the thing that you should work on. And most women, they like it. They like when a guy talks to them in a certain type of way. And most guys that I've met over the years, they can't do this. Most guys, if they live in Japan, if they leave Japan and go somewhere else, they can't really adapt. They don't talk. They can't change their language up and talk game and get women wet in the panties by just talking. They can't do that. Most guys are just good in one location. That's it. Me, I can go to any place in the world. I'm the same dude. If I'm the king here in America, I'm the king in Australia. If I got game here, I got game in Brazil. It don't matter. I'm not saying it's to brag, but you are who you are. And once you know who you are, things get easier. That's just, truth is truth. And you know what they say, truth don't have to be validated. So hey, I talk about that in my top selling book on Amazon. Love Can't Wait. And I got a new book coming out in a couple weeks. It's going to be an extension of this book, but better. So hey, go get that. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it, subscribe. Check out my Patreon below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.